द ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਯੂਕੇ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ। ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਾਈਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਪਰਸਪੈਕਟਿਵ ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਸ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਜਿਊਲਸ ਫਰਮ ਸਿੱਖ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ, ਅ ਜਰਨੀ ਆਫ ਡਿਸਕਵਰੀ। ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਆਰਟਵਰਕ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਡਿਪਿਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਜੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਕੰਪਾਈਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਐਸੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਆਲ ਅਬਾਊਟ। ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਓ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ, ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ। ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Thank you, Harpreet ji. Gurfateh and Sat Sri Akal to you and all those who are tuning into your channel. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much. First of all, congratulations for bringing out a wonderful book, Jewels from Sikh Wisdom, A Journey of Discovery. And I have this copy in my hand, and once I just opened it up, I just wanted to complete it. It's so beautiful, beautifully written, and with the artists, the Singh twins who have brought that art over here. It's absolutely a masterpiece, and every Sikh, or I would say every connoisseur of art should keep it at home. So congratulations for this.
Thank you, Vijay. It's all the divine symphony that's created this. We are just cogs in the machine.
Absolutely, ji. Wonderful. That's your humility, but once again, congratulations. So, Jewels from Sikh Wisdom, how did this journey start? How did this all come about?
Vijay, conceptualizing and compiling this magnificent Jewels from Sikh Wisdom for the wider world has been a great blessing for me personally. And my gratitude goes out to the one supreme force for making me the instrument in this endeavor. From the seed of an idea in 2017 to conceptualize and coordinate this book has been an amazing journey of discovery. And that is why the subtitle of the book is called A Journey of Discovery. Guru Nanak Sahib's Bani and the Bani contained in the Guru Granth Sahib is a treasure trove of jewels of wisdom. And that is why we have the title Jewels from Sikh Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, Virji, it has been a remarkable journey of self-discovery and self-improvement.
Wonderful. That's excellent. So again, as you said, it's God's grace that you came about starting with this book. But again, when did the creation of this book start? How did you get this idea?
Virji, I have from my childhood days been a great admirer of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and had for a long time wanted to create a book about his pearls of wisdom that would be illustrated to convey the beauty and wisdom of the hymns from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. From the very beginning, this creation has come about through the symphony conducted by the divine and connected me to the Singh twins, and then with Paisa Minder Singh Ji of Nishkam Seva Trust, who very kindly agreed to become the patron for this book.
Mm-hmm.
His support has been instrumental in the completion of this wonderful compilation, and we have sought guidance from him for the book's format and his wise regular inputs.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful orchestra, he put me in touch with Dr. Gupinder Kaur, who initially had come to assist in the writing of this book.
Mm-hmm.
But I soon discovered that she had a very spiritual and creative writing skill, and so she was brought on board to bring out the gems contained within the Holy Scriptures in a beautiful, easy to understand style. And then another member to complete the symphony is Manpreet Kaur, a very talented young graphic designer who coordinated with the Singh twins in formatting their artwork and the text.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. This book also has a lot of beautiful artwork by the renowned twin sisters, the Singh twins. How and when did you become interested in art, and why did you think that art ought to be brought in this particular book?
Vijay, I've always been an admirer of certain genres of painting and art. I love the painting of my younger brother Tejveer Singh, who is an architect and an accomplished painter based in Bahrain. But my understanding and interest in art was fairly superficial until I came across the artwork of the Singh twins in 2016-2017. Since then, I've been an admirer of the Singh twins' magical artwork, and the contribution was recognized by the Queen, who awarded them with the prestigious MBE for their contribution towards Southeast Asian arts. I had read how they were influenced by the Rajasthani miniature painters when in the 60s, they went on an adventurous tour, overland tour with their father to India. I too loved the Rajasthani miniatures when I was living in India. Uh, Now, in 1987, I published two children's books. One was published by BBC, and the other, Stories from the Sikh World, was published by Maxwell Publishing House,
Hmm.
McDonald's. Both of these were beautifully illustrated, and the Sikh storybook had illustrations by a famous British Indian illustrator,
Hmm.
Jiru Roy. Now, one day looking at the Singh twins series, कई बार एकदम कोई light bulb moment आता है ना,
Hmm.
that's what happened. A light bulb moment happened, and I said to myself, I must get the twins to illustrate this book of wisdom, and
Hmm.
I will call it Pearls of Wisdom, as
Hmm.
pearls represent purity of the soul. So, but this title was then changed, as there already existed a title by that name.
Hmm.
The new title was Gems of Wisdom, and then we decided to call it Treasury of Guru Nanak.
Hmm.
But this title, too, we later felt was a bit limiting. And so the final decision before going to print was to call it Jewels from Sikh Wisdom, a
Hmm.
journey of discovery.
Wonderful. So, as you said, Paisab, you had meetings with Pai Mahinder Singh ji, and he was instrumental. And you kept on gathering people of repute, like the Singh twins and others in your bouquet. So now, actually, the planning, how did that start, and how did you start compiling the things? And if you could tell us a little bit about that.
So I approached the twins at the end of 2017 with
Hmm.
my draft ideas of an illustrated book. However, they were extremely busy with many commissions, exhibitions, and book launches, but they agreed in principle to get involved in producing artwork for this book. We corresponded off and on until December 2019, when they suggested that I should come over to Liverpool and discuss the project in greater detail. In this slide, you'll probably see me with the twins at their home. We met
Yeah.
up at their home in Liverpool in March 2020, and they formally agreed to be the sole artists for this project. Now, the amazing thing was that the twins' artwork is highly sought after and very valuable. And so I was very frank with them and told them that, look, I cannot afford to pay you for this work. They graciously told me not to worry about it and that they would do the artwork as and when they got time in between the other commitments. Now,
Hmm.
this was indeed a miracle, miracle number one. So the seeds sown in 2017 started to sprout in 2020, and we went about putting together some of the artwork and discussing various hymns and topics that could be included in this book.
Hmm.
In February 2020, I had been invited to the Royal Bank of Scotland event in Birmingham to commemorate the 550th birth centenary of Guru Nanak. Providentially, it was being organized by Amandeep and Kamaljeet Kaur, who used to come to the same Sikh Gurdwara that I go to in Leicester. They had asked me to exhibit some of the artwork for Pearls of Wisdom and
Hmm.
some posters and artifacts that I had along with a draft of the first few chapters of the book, and
Hmm.
also some artworks from the twins to complement these articles. Now, Paisa Minder Singh Ji of Guru Nanak Nishkam Seva was invited to be the keynote speaker at this event.
Hmm.
However, no one was sure if he would be able to come since his flight from Africa arrived late the night before.
Hmm.
But true to his nature, he promptly arrived. So afterwards, I requested him to come and have a look at the artwork by the twins for
Hmm.
the proposed book. He was very impressed, and I requested him to become the chief patron and consultant for this book. He did not hesitate a second and very graciously accepted. Now, this was miracle number two.
Hmm.
A few weeks later, Paisabji invited me to his office, and he then went through my draft text covering some of the subjects. He then gave me his blessings to keep progressing. So,
And
so
that's how
this
it
this
kept
was
on
a meeting
progressing. Right.
with
Wonderful.
Paisabji. Yeah.
Right.
After my meeting with Paisabji and then the twins,
Hmm.
the drafting of text progressed,
Right.
and Paisabji put together a structure for this book. Later, Dr. Gopinder Kaur came on board to take
Hmm.
charge for the main commentary in this book.
Right.
Another Nishkam volunteer, Manpreet Kaur Flora,
Hmm.
came on board to help in coordinating and for formatting the twins designed for the book. So now we became a team of three to coordinate, plan the text around which the twins developed their artwork. The twins again, they became very busy. They're always busy. They became busy with a commission during lockdown. And it was only in March 2021 that
Right.
we were again able to have a detailed Zoom meeting between us all. This
Mm-hmm.
provided a framework for the best way to move forward. Now, earlier in January 21, the Singhs had actually contacted me with the good news that they had a discussion with Vicky Singh from Sikh USA and that he had agreed to publish this book. This was fantastic news. As you probably know, Vijay, Sikh is a philanthropic organization
Right.
who organized the world's only Sikh film festival in LA and other cities, and also a big film festival in Chandigarh, where they
Right.
showcase Sikh-centric talent from around the world. Actually, I am now planning the first UK Sicklands Film Festival
Okay.
in collaboration with Nishkam Seva Jatha as well.
Wow. Well, that's excellent.
Sicklands, yeah,
So,
Sicklands works with artists in a variety of fields, including, but it's not limited to movies, books, music, and art. It creates appropriate avenues for this work to be shared with the rest of the world. So having Sicklands on board really relieved the pressure of trying to find additional resources for printing. Uh, Really, all I can say is that some supreme force was at work, and
right.
with very little effort, little miracles kept happening,
Wonderful.
culminating in this book of spiritual
Excellent.
treasure.
That's excellent. Like you said, Faisab, that the Singh twins were instrumental in bringing forward that beautiful art, what we can see in this book. And along with that, there are so many masterpieces. If you could tell us a little bit about, what are the main topics that you discuss in this book? Because when we see the artwork, it's excellent. Everything is different, and you learn a lot from these artifacts. And along with that, on the sidelines, you have depicted what it stands for, and there are a lot of other things what we can see in this book. And as I said before, also that it is people have to have the book in their hands to understand the importance and the
And
beautiful print, the artwork, and of course the material that you have written in it. So, what are the
and
main topics that you discuss in this book?
so, as you've shown the first slide that was on Ikonkar, now the book opens with this magnificent artwork of Ikonkar symbol, because everything begins with Ik. The Ikonkar symbol encapsulates Guru Nanak's message to humanity of oneness. This symbol expresses threefold concepts of oneness, resonance, and expanse of creation through its sound and shape. It evokes three dynamic aspects: Ik, which is the single, all pervading divine consciousness. The sound of Om evokes the sacred word, rhythm, melody, and mother vibration. And Kar represents action because creation is in constant formation and divine protection. As Guru Nanak says, Aapine aap sajiyo, Aapine rachya now, doye kudrat sajiye, kar asan dithe chao. This is translated in the book as you yourself first created yourself. From yourself, you then generated Nam, the all pervading power of the divine name, the mother vibration, the unstruck rhythm and melody. Next, through Kudrat, your creative power, you shaped all of nature and creation, pervading everywhere. You transcend everything. Seated within creation, you behold it with delight. The twins, have beautifully encapsulated this through their Ikonkar symbol. Within this, we can see all of creation, including animals, fish, plants, birds, humans, earth, sky, underworld, and a tree of life. And then with a flourish, the symbol points towards eternity. Uh, Vijay Bhagat Kabir ji says in this book also, we have quoted him, Awal Allah Noor Paya Kudrat
कुदरत
ke
के
sab
सब
bande,
बंदे.
Ek Noor te sab jagah upliya, Kaun bhale, Kaun mande. In the very beginning, Allah made the divine spark, Noor, the light of all life, through Kudrat, the creative power of the infinite creator. All humans were made. If from this Noor, the one divine light, the entire universe welled up. then who can we truly judge as being good or bad?
That's very true. Absolutely, you're right. What you are saying, that Bani teaches us oneness, to understand what is our purpose over here and how we can encapsulate that knowledge that has been given to us by our gurus and bring that into practice. So, in one of our previous recordings, we had talked in details about Mool Mantar, what Guru tells us about the importance of Mool Mantar. Uh, have you also taken out time in this book to bring forward the Sakhis of Guru Nanak? Because we have grown up with those Sakhis. So, in this book, do we
Hash.
find that there are some chapters which are dedicated to finding that Guru Sahib is sitting and he's talking about different, parts of his life which have been brought forward?
Hanji. Yes, Viji, in this book, we don't deal with the Sakis in detail, but our focus is on his Sikhya, his teachings from early childhood to his Udasi journeys. When Guru Nanak politely refused to wear the sacred Janoi, he advises the priest when he says, "Make compassion your cotton, contentment your thread, make fidelity its knot, and integrity its twist." That would make a sacred thread for the soul. If you have such a thread, O Pandit, then put it on me. What a wonderful way Guru Nanak had, instead of getting into an argument and making the Pandit wrong, as most of us would have done. Instead, he gives him food for thought while politely refusing to wear the janoi. Similarly, in this book, we look at teachings imparted by Guru Nanak during his travels. Guru Nanak was the only explorer who traveled thousands of miles not for profit, conquest, or power, but to spread the message of oneness of humanity. I will quote two very beautiful Gurbani hymns from the book. The first one is by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. In the first one, Guru Arjan Dev says, Tanvant Naam ke vanjare, which means blessed are those who travel to this world to trade in Naam, the divine name. Partner with them, earn the wealth of Naam, reflecting on the Guru's wisdom. Abandon fraud, deceit, and malice. See God's light, always within you. Trade in and accumulate this true wealth, and you shall never suffer loss. Use it and spend it. Its treasures are abundant and cannot be exhausted. Says Nanak, your traveling companion's soul shall then return with dignity to the divine court. Now, in the other hymn, Guru Nanak Sahib says, having traveled across new lands, I've come here to do business. Now, what business is Guru Nanak Sahib talking about? He goes on to say, for I had heard of an incomparable merchandise which brings true profit. I arrive here with a precious bundle, the wealth of spiritual virtues, which is my business capital. Beholding this fascinating jewel, my mind is in awe. What a wonderful hymn. Even in translation, Guru Nanak's hymn evokes a feeling of great reverence and awe and brings a lump in one's throat. During his encounter with, for example, Sajan Thug, he sang a beautiful hymn which transformed the Thug to become a true Sajan. He sang, they alone are my honorable friends, the virtues that travel along with me. When life ends and the accounts are called for, they are there, right by my side. There may be wonderful houses, lofty mansions painted on all sides, but if on the inside they are empty, they crumble like useless ruins. And Guru Nanak advises us, Hire jaisa janam hai, kodi badle jaye. Human life is so precious, like a diamond. Without recognizing its true worth, we foolishly exchange it for the price of a mere shell. Now, Guru Nanak informs us, Brahm Gyani Sada Ale Jaise Jal Mein Kamal Ale. Enlightened souls know the art of living within this world, yet they remain detached from it, like the lotus flower that remains within the water, whilst its petal blossoms in graceful detachment above. So I can now go through, Viji, a few of the topics we've dealt with in this book. The first
Absolutely.
one is oneness and equal dignity of all in this slide. So on religious equality, Guru Nanak says, See all humans as fellow travelers on the path of life. Let the oneness of humanity be your highest order.
Right.
On gender equality, it says, among all women and men, the light of divine radiates. And on social equality, embodying the Guru's wisdom, look upon all with a gaze of equality. And then from Guru Nanak's teachings, we Sikhs derived the three golden principles of Naam Japo, Kirt Karo, Vand Ke Chako. And Naam Japo, of course, means remember the divine name and develop a loving awareness of God deep within you and all around. Feel the vibration of oneness in everything and everyone.
Very
So
true.
this is very important. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
Absolutely. So it's just not a narrative. What you have said is, Harinder Singh ji, very important, because if we have to align the youngsters today, these issues of what you have talked about, the values, the morality, the integrity, the honesty, these are basic values which need to be incorporated, and Guru Sahib says is again and again. And that's what is great, that you have tried to highlight these things with the help of these images of what we are seeing. So that's wonderful. It's time for a short break. Let's go for a break. We'll be shortly back and we'll continue with the discussion and learn more from you. And as you have mentioned, what all is covered in this book. But I would also like to learn a little bit about the meaning of Japji, because Japji Sahib is the foundation. And as we have in one of the programs discussed about Mool Mantar, I would also like if you could just lay some emphasis on the importance of Japji. I will be shortly back and we'll continue with the discussion.
During Vaisakhi, Sikhs around the world celebrate the establishment of the Khalsa. It is a time for faithful rededication to the core Sikh values of Seva, which is selfless service to others. Sikhs use this time to bless others, offering help and hope to those around them. As you continue to carry this inspiring legacy forward with generosity, I extend best wishes to all those celebrating. Happy Vaisakhi.
हर रंग है साडे को, हर मॉडल, हर एक दी अपनी वक्री पहचान। असीं एक परिवार हां, साडा कर्म है अगे वधाउणा, सफर नूं सौखा बनाउणा। बसंत मोटर्स, तुहाडे नाल, तुहाडे करके।
है जुल्म ढाने का अंदाज भी कितना हंसी, हमारी जान पर बनाई है जब जब उसने अंगड़ाई ली। कभी खामोश रहते हैं, कभी शोर होता है। मोहब्बत में शरारत का मजा कुछ और होता है। दिल को जज्बात का तोहफा, खामोशियों को बात का तोहफा, खूबसूरती में जड़ी नजाकत अदाओं की चांद से मुखड़े को चांद सा तोहफा।
भारत ज्वेलर्स, सच्चे प्यार की चमक जैसा। पायल बिजनेस सेंटर सरी।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ, ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
Once again, welcome back to the program. आज साडे मेहमान ने सरदार हरिंदर सिंह जी इंग्लैंड तो साडे नाल शामिल हो रहे ने। ही इज़ द कंपाइलर ऑफ ज्यूल्स फ्रॉम सिख विजडम, अ जर्नी ऑफ डिस्कवरी। इस किताब दे विच की कुछ लिखिया गया इस संबंध विच सानू ये उजागर कर रहे ने, दस रहे ने। अते जिस तरह मैं पहला भी बेनती की कि आई हैड द ऑनर ऑफ गोइंग थ्रू दिस बुक एंड इट्स एन एक्सलेंट पीस ऑफ वर्क। प्लीज़ डू गेट इट इन योर होम एंड अपने बच्चों को खास तौर पर इस नाल जरूर जोड़ो, क्योंकि अज असी एक समस्या जी देख रहे हैं कि वी आर फाइंडिंग दैट आवर चिल्ड्रन आर गोइंग अवे फ्रॉम रिलीजन, and many times they ask why, and we are not able to answer their whys. I think this book will be an asset in your home and you'll be able to answer a lot of questions which probably children have in their mind. So before we get Harinder Singh ji back, once again this program has been brought to you with the support of AMC Insurance. If you're looking for home, auto, travel, business, life or recreational insurance, they have 9 branches in the lower mainland to serve you, and they're open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. For more information, call 604-507-6666 604-507-6666। साढ़े अगले सहयोगी हैं अग्निहोत्री इमिग्रेशन। टेंपररी स्टेटस PR हो, नवे हो कैनेडा विच, कैनेडा आना चाहते हो या इन्फॉर्मेशन लैनी कोई भी इमिग्रेशन संबंधी, तो तुसीं संपर्क करो नीरा अग्निहोत्री नाल। 2006 तो सर्टिफाइड इमिग्रेशन कंसलटेंट वजों काम कर रहे हैं, तुहानूं ऑनेस्ट ते रिलायबल इन्फॉर्मेशन देने का वादा करते हैं। फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन कॉल 604-597-2284 604 597 2284. So let's get back to Harinder Singh ji and continue with the discussion and learn more from him as to what all we can grasp from this book. So Harinder Singh ji, once again, welcome back. And as
Thank you.
before the break, I was asking you about, from your perspective and what you have collected in this book, the meaning of Japji, the importance of Japji.
Yeah. Before I get into the meaning of Japji, basically, Japji Sahib, as you know, is the most important Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And so we take a complete journey through the 38 steps of bodies towards enlightenment. That's what Japji Sahib is teaching us, enlightenment, how to become better enlightened souls. Guru Nanak holds our hands throughout Japji Sahib to help us understand how we can become dharmi, how we can shed falsehoods and superstitions, and the process gradually lose our ego of self-importance. Yes, this book is a journey of discovery, and so we now journey through Japji Sahib. Japji Sahib contains the process through which humans can achieve enlightenment while being alive and not after death. Just like milk has the ingredients for yogurt, lassi, butter, ghee, but there is a gradual process. We need to first make yogurt, and then we churn this yogurt steadily until we get butter and even ghee from it. Similarly, Japji Sahib bodies or steps are the process which leads us through many stages or khands, which ultimately lead us towards enlightenment. In the process, we lose our ego of self-importance and identify with the mool or the root of oneness with all of humanity. Now, you asked about what Japji means. Jap is basically to chant and to meditate. Ji is life or living. The message to humanity is if you want to live a fulfilled and happy life, then meditate and live as per the divine laws. In the very first body, Guru Nanak Sahib asks, "Kiv sachara hoye, kiv ude tutte." How can we personify divine truth in practice and become authentic instead of fake? He then answers his own question in the second body. He says, "Hukam rajai chalna, Nanak likhya dal." Guruji talks about hukam, that everything happens within the sphere of hukam. Nothing happens outside the divine flow. And that the one who understands this starts to lose his home, the self-centered ego. Everything happens within hukam, the law of the universe.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Everything starts from hukam. But the question is, Paisab, that is this hukam random or is it dependent on our deeds, good or bad?
Vijay, I personally consider hukam as a framework or system under which everything in the universe operates. Although a majority of humans will say, "Oh, what can I do? Nothing is in my hands." We tend to become negative whenever we come across obstacles or difficult times and we start cursing God. "Oh God, why did you cause me this problem?" Rare is the person who thinks that whatever is happening in our lives is because of our own karmic action in this lifetime as well as perhaps in previous lifetimes. And through God's hukam, the whole creation came into being, and all planets are revolving automatically around the sun as per the divine command. The planets that deviate from this orbit are lost forever. All of nature, birds, bees, animals, etc., are all operating automatically as per the divine hukam. Only human beings have been given a conscience and a free will, a mind that can differentiate good from bad. For Sikhs, our sun is the Guru Granth Sahib. And if we move away from the orbit, which means the wisdom of the Guru Granth Sahib, then we too, like the planets, will be rudderless and lost. Right at the very beginning of Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak is informing us that neither ritual cleansing nor keeping silent in meditation or ritual cleverness or feeding desires, basically, none of those things can lead us to enlightenment. But then he poses some questions. He says, how can we embody and actually live a truthful life?
Right.
How can we live by a true spiritual essence and be genuine instead of fake? How can we tear away the veil of deception and let the glow of truth shine through? But then, he then answers his own question. That's the beauty of Guru Nanak Sahib. He
Right.
says, follow the path set by the divine laws, which have been inscribed within you, our conscience. Everything exists and occurs within the laws of the divine. Nothing happens outside its flow. The person who really understands this no longer speaks from the ego. Guru Nanak Sahib wants us to understand and accept everyone has different perspective and different journeys of the soul. But in order to activate a life of virtuous living, the underlying quality required is love. Embellish this love, he says, of the divine with pearls of good deeds. Guru Nanak, again, that's wonderful. He keeps asking questions and he answers them as well.
That's true.
So he poses another vital question. He says, "Fer ki agge rakhiye, jitte se darbar, moho ki bolan boliye, jit sunte rahe pyar." And then the answer comes. He says,
Amrit Vela
of course,
Satnam.
the question was, what offering can we make to glimpse the divine kingdom? What words can we utter to evoke God's love? And then at vital paths, he questions and then he answers itself. And now he answers and says, Amrit Vela Sach Now Vadiyai Vichar. Because Naam Simran is the hotline to the divine, and Shabad in the form of prayers and Kirtan are the instruments to dial up that hotline. Guruji says, Amrit Vela is such now, Vadiyai Vichar. In the sublime sacred hours before dawn, lovingly contemplate, thank, and meditate on the greatness of the true name. Through your own deeds, determine what costume, meaning body, you will adorn. Does it not give us pause to reflect on our own life and where we are headed? If we try and understand this passage, we would certainly try and reflect on our own life and what we are doing in this life. In this book, we look at very wide variety of topics from Gurbani. We look at harnessing the mind and fine-tuning the senses. We look at Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We discuss Gurmukhi as the visible force of teachings from sacred word to a sacred script. We look at the strut of ego and the 5 thugs, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ankar. All 5 which are necessary for human life and creation. But when these cross the red line, then they become vices. They become vices when calm or sexual desire becomes unchecked lust. Krodh, when anger becomes vengeance and rage. Lobh, when desires become incessant greed. Moh, when bonds become possessive attachments. And ahankar, when self-identity and ego become arrogant pride. And then, really towards the end, we look at what Gurbani tells us about creation. Now, this basically is beautifully explained in Guru Nanak's superb spiritual prayer called Aarti.
Yeah.
Some of the readers, some of the people who are listening in might know that a Bollywood producer asked Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore to write a poem on the universe.
Yeah.
And he replied that it's already been done by Guru Nanak.
That's right.
He was so impressed by Aarti that he translated it into his language, Bengali, and he has translated many other banis of Guru Nanak as well as Guru Granth Sahib Ji, because he was a lover of Sikh.
Very true. As you very rightly said, Paisab, that our purpose is to be enlightened, and that is what we should strive for. And of course, right now in the age we are, what we find out is that a lot of things which probably we don't know, but the basic thing is we need to practice this. And as you very rightly mentioned, that Guru Sahib tells us that it is only through practice. Truth is high, but higher still is truthful living, what we always hear. And that is what needs to be adopted. And in this book, through different artworks and messages that you have given, it's great. In conclusion, there's so much to talk about. We can continue for hours together, because once you open up this book, every page is different, every page has uniqueness, every page offers us something to learn and adopt that into our life. What more, in conclusion, would you like to tell us about this book? And also, audience, when we talk about the kind of audience, I feel this should be in everyone's hands. But from your perspective, what do you feel? What kind of audience will this book appeal to more?
See, really, to conclude, Jewels from Sikh Wisdom takes the readers on a memorable journey through the emergence and unfolding of Sikh spiritual heritage, while illuminating its timeless teachings on transforming our inward and outward world, exquisitely illustrated throughout by the internationally acclaimed British artists, the Singh twins. It combines a stunning collection of artworks with fresh and accessible contemplative text designed to engage contemporary readers from all backgrounds. Through the full color pages of this book, creative interpretations of the scriptural teachings are joined by artwork that draws on global symbolism to explore their poetic and metaphorical imagery. Introducing Guru Nanak's teachings on oneness and aligning to the divine, the book journeys through Japji Sahib, the first morning prayer after exploring the Mool Mantra or the root teaching, sections on how the lives of the 10 Gurus led to the flowering of the Khalsa and the Guruship of the revered scriptures Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, are then followed by closing themes on humanhood, birth and death, and on honoring nature and serving society. We talk about the important status of women given by Guru Nanak Sahib when he says, "So kyu manda aakhiye jit jamme rajan." This, really, sorry to say, is the curse of a Sikh Punjabi society that indulges in the evil practice of aborting female fetuses. A
Absolutely.
cultural mindset, not religious, but a cultural mindset that considers women to be inferior, even though our gurus gave them a very high, elevated status, because without women, there can be no humanity. Through the book's art and text, many lyrical verses are imaginatively explored to reveal the commitment of the Sikh Gurus to interreligious and interhuman dialogue and shared flourishing. Now, with regard to the audience that this book would appeal to, I would say that this book is a beautiful educational resource and intergenerational treasury. Jewels from Sikh Wisdom, Journey
Right.
of Discovery, will appeal to those of Sikh heritage, of course, as well as more broadly to art lovers and wisdom seekers, and to the imagination of all who seek to co create a better world. This book aims to share key teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and of subsequent Gurus and Sabhagats who embodied Guru Nanak's light in a simple and accessible way, which is relevant to our individual and interconnected lives in the 21st century global village. We envisage the book having global market, cross-cultural appeal. We hope the publication will be enjoyed in a number of ways as an educational resource, which can be supported. We are planning this as well, which can be supported by online learning materials as a collector's book of spiritual wisdom and art, also as a treasury to be passed down through the generation, to be given as gifts for weddings, for uh, boys and girls turning 18 and to turban tying ceremonies, also as a source of inspiration which stimulates personal and collective transformation in the all embracing, socially engaged spirit of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's divine teachings. And I do sincerely hope that all those who possess this beautiful book will take great pleasure and inspiration in delving into the priceless jewels of wisdom, which is Guru Nanak and our Guru's legacy to humanity, as inscribed in the Sikh scriptures, the Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And before I let you go, Bhai Sahib, SikhArtUK.com is the website where people can learn more. But if they want to order this book, Jewels from Sikh Wisdom, A Journey of Discovery, where can they get this book from?
Yes, there are two ways to do it, Viji. They can also go on Amazon.com, and they can also go on my website, which is SikhArtUK.com. And they can email me if they like, if they want to have a discussion on SikhArtUK at gmail.com. We are developing a new website as well, a new domain, so that should be up and ready in the next week or two as well. So that will be a beautiful, different look to the whole website, which at the moment is still under construction.
Great. Harinder Singh ji, once again, congratulations, and ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਸਭ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਤੇ ਲੋਕ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਆਰਟ ਵਰਕ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਬਲਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਹੋਰ ਬਿਹਤਰੀ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਪਾਉਣ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ, ਕੰਗ੍ਰੈਚੁਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਐਂਡ ਬੈਸਟ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर योर टाइम।
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕੋਟ ਔਨ ਕੋਟ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਨਾਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ।
ਮੋਸਟ ਵੈਲਕਮ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ।
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜੂਲਸ ਫਰਮ ਸਿੱਖ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ, ਅ ਜਰਨੀ ਆਫ ਡਿਸਕਵਰੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ Amazon 'ਤੇ ਜਾਂ sikhartuk.com 'ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ। And as I said before, if something good happens in our community, it is our duty to support these kind of causes because these messages should reach our youngsters. And youngsters, you know, they want something in their own language, and this book is in English. And of course, again, with the artwork which he has already mentioned in details, it's a beautiful book. Please get this book in your home and make it a treasure in your home. Once again, thank you very much to all of you for sparing your valuable time to be a part of this program, and especially once again thanks to Sardar Harinder Singh ji for compiling this book and getting it to us. ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ 6 ਵਜੇ ਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ। ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਲਸੋ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਅ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਔਰ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਸਮਵਨ ਹੂ ਹੈਜ਼ done something for the community, because the purpose of this program is to empower you, educate you and inspire you. So you can contact me anytime at 604-603-7555 through WhatsApp, or you can email me at harpreetsingshow@gmail.com. ਇੱਥੇ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। Have a safe evening, stay healthy and enjoy yourselves.
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਪੇਸ, ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ।